Fear is a very important thing in boxing, because all fighters are afraid. Strange it may seem to people who watch the fight. Now, fear is like fire. If you let it get out of control, it will destroy you and everything around you. You manage to control it, you can make it work for you.
When we look back through the history of boxing, one name still echoes like thunder. A man whose presence alone could shake an arena. They called him the baddest man on the planet.
I was going to rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been.
With blinding speed, terrifying power, and raw, unfiltered rage, he rewrote what it meant to be a heavyweight. In 1986, at just 20 years old, he became the youngest world champion in history. He is Iron Mike Tyson. And tonight, we relive his storm, every ruthless, unforgettable knockout from the legend who changed boxing forever. Our list of knockouts begins with the fight against another legendary boxer, Michael Spinks, on June 27, 1988. Michael Spinks was also an undefeated fighter at the time of his encounter with our hero. This bout was the most important event in boxing that evening, as it was for the title of the absolute world champion in the heavyweight division.
This is they normally have been in the past. Now watch Tyson jump right into his chest. Keep those hands high. Very, very high.
In the middle of the first round, Tyson delivered a left uppercut to the chin and then added a right hook to the body. Spinks went down on one knee.
Michael Spinks has to keep moving because every shot.
Immediately after the fight resumed, Tyson sent his opponent down again with a right uppercut to the head.
Never been down in a professional fight.
And he's down again and in serious trouble.
Here we see Tyson, as usual, going to the body. A great uppercut that sent Mike.
And the referee, counting to 10, stopped the fight.
Hey, he's not going to make it. It's all over.
In this fight, Tyson set a kind of record. He earned the largest fee in boxing history at that time, $22 million, while his opponent received $13.5. Finally, on November 22, 1986, the long-awaited match between Tyson and the boxer named Trevor Berbick for the championship title took place. At the age of 20, Iron Mike made history by defeating his opponent in the second round.
He can't take shots like this very long. Wow, with a right hand is money. Championship of the world. Trevor Berbick and Mike Tyson. Tyson goes to work right away, and he gets Trevor in trouble.
Becoming the youngest heavyweight champion in the history of boxing.
Up the counts to 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. And right side of the rib cage. Then he goes the body downstairs, catches him with the right hand upstairs of all time. Bangs the body, wow, with that uppercut at Tyson. Catches him with the right left hook, and he's brand new WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And he's a youngster named Mike Tyson, who can reign for a long, long time. Most people in boxing say he should be able to get up from this. His legs may be shut, they are. As Trevor Berbick falls back in the rope, I don't know if he's going to be able to continue. He's got the heart, but his body won't let him do what his mind wants to. And he's counted out.
On January 22, 1988, the legendary fight between Mike Tyson and Larry Holmes took place.
Has received the credit, but he was trying to pick up the pace. Not Larry, more knockouts in his career, but most of them in his career, he's never been hurt. And I hope he doesn't get hurt tonight.
There was a very interesting backstory to this fight, which we will tell you about very soon, but for now, briefly about the fight itself. Our hero defeated his opponent in the middle of the fourth round, first landing a powerful 1-2 and then skillfully finishing the still-stunned Larry Holmes.
Mike Tyson is in charge. He's the boss, and Larry's down for the second time. There's no free knockdown rule, but Larry's senses the kill. He comes in for it. Larry trying to hold him off. There's too much time left in the fourth round. The end of a great career is up Larry Holmes' legs in jelly. There's lightning in the fist. Big right hand, followed up into the eyes. Larry gets nailed with the left hand, the right hand, digs to the body, goes to throw right hand, gets clipped with a big right hand.
Mike Tyson!
On February 25th, 1989, in the 6th round, Iron Mike executed his signature combination of body and head blows, shaking Bruno, and then Tyson finished him off with a double punch.
To the head. Mike seems oblivious to the right hands from Bruno. He just wants to get it in by Tyson, landed flush on the jaw. Bruno in trouble again. Solid left hook inside. And an uppercut with the right. And Bruno with the right. And Bruno
It's just a matter of time here.
vicious punishment.
That's that shot. That's that Botha shot.
And
Beautiful.
decided he had seen enough. And at this moment, Terry Lawless, the manager of Frank Bruno, was running along the ring apron with a towel in hand, asking Steele to stop it.
It's a
Heavyweight champion of the world, Iron Mike Tyson.
On March 18th, 1991, Mike Tyson faced Donovan Ruddock, who was considered one of the strongest heavyweights at the time. So everyone expected this guy to put up a decent fight, and he did, chasing Tyson around the ring. However, Donovan was knocked down twice in the 2nd and 3rd rounds.
Good shots. He just doesn't quite get there.
There's a left by Ruddock, a left by Tyson, and down goes Ruddock.
Let's take a look at that. Just when Ruddock thought he was on pay dirt, landing good punches, in comes a counter punch. What a tremendous shot.
Hey, you okay? Come to me.
And the crowd groans that body shot.
In the 7th round, Tyson hit Donovan with a left hook to the jaw, shaking him, and he leaned on the ropes. The referee, Richard Steele, thought it was enough and unexpectedly stopped the fight.
It's going to be ugly now. That was 2-2.
TKO, Mighty Mike Tyson.
So, we have come to the 41st knockout, which happened in a match against the South African boxer Francois Botha on January 16, 1999. Botha was a strong boxer who was not going to lose easily, and he proved that throughout the fight.
And if this pace is fast, which Mike knows no other way, I want to see. I just had a little deja vu called Bone Crusher.
Botha certainly doesn't look afraid. He's standing
Or adding pressure to his arm.
He hurt him, didn't through.
At some points, he openly stood his ground, countering Tyson. However, what cannot be taken away from Iron Mike is his tremendous strength, which, once again, settled the matter in this case.
It's not necessarily respectable. Not the strategy Botha said.
Botha throwing, and then watch both hands when he gets in close and holds him. Now watch what he does with.
Well, Mike's got to fire.
Oh, good right hand by Francois Botha.
At the end of the 5th round, Mike landed a fierce right straight, concluding this encounter in his favor.
Hands can't get off punches.
Down goes Botha.
Sees. Mike steps into him, bang. He turned his whole body, his hip, his legs. That man got hit with 200.
Botha stumbling around. 8, 9, can he make it? It's over. It's over. Mike Tyson has returned.
On September 7th, 1996, in the middle of the 1st round, Seldon was already on the floor from a left hook, and then Tyson's right straight punch shook him again.
He stands straight up there. Now that's not.
Mike always has his hands high, springing, trying to come down under. He hits him on the top of the head. He hits him just.
Seldon got up, but a moment later, he was on the floor again from a left body blow.
He had a nice long rest there, but he has felt.
Back comes Seldon.
And right now Mike's coming in. He senses the kill. There's the left hook. Bruce goes back to the ropes and down. The crowd is
Down on his stomach.
Steve, there are 2 unalterable truths in boxing. If you have a great chin, you don't have a great chin.
An easy victory for Mike.
You can always punch.
The knockout in the championship fight against Frank Bruno took place on March 16, 1996. It was clear from the very first round when Tyson landed a powerful right-hand blow to Bruno's head in the first few seconds. Bruno began to clinch at the first opportunity and did not want to let Tyson out of his embrace, which actually helped him survive until the end of the round.
That's the first one he felt the steam.
Nice effort.
And anytime, oh, here comes Tyson. Tyson with a combination.
Here you see where Tyson wobbles him with a big right hand, right on the button. Big early, you can't fix a chin. That was never great to begin with.
A left hook by Tyson, but Bruno comes forward.
Iron Mike looked much better in this fight than in his last fights before prison.
In the last round, you see Mike rocking, countering with a nice right hand, and here comes the hook. Didn't land clean, but there's more behind that. Mike doing nice, but Mills Lane is a heavyweight referee in stature.
Time.
He's taking a point away from Bruno for the continuous holding.
In the third round, Tyson unleashed a combination of 13 blows, leading to the early defeat of his opponent.
He said he's not looking for the Tyson who fought McNeely and Mathis. Here's a combination uppercut by Tyson. Tyson laying it on, pouring it on. Down goes Bruno.
Took care of business, ducked under, a shot under the arm, in the legs, and from here on out, a rain of punches which buckled Frank Bruno until he was helpless.
If you let Mike Tyson get that kind of leverage with...
It is all over. It is all over here in round 3. Mike Tyson is
WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Iron Mike Tyson.
The last knockout in Iron Mike's career happened on February 26, 2003, in a match against a boxer named Clifford Etienne. Comments here are unnecessary.
for everything. Tyson looking to end this on one. Danger. Oh, there it is, right hand to the head and Etienne. 6, 7, 8. No way, he's getting up. It's over, and he's helped up by Tyson.
On December 8, 1990, at the beginning of the first round, Mike sent his opponent to the canvas with a right hook to the head.
To keep throwing punches, to try to keep Tyson occupied. If he stops throwing, he'll be dead. Tyson lands a right and another. 3 knockdowns. You look at Tyson moving in with...
Stewart got up at the count of 5, but a minute later, Tyson's punch to the jaw sent him down again.
A good right hand that hurt Stewart again, but Stewart is still...
That was another look at knockdown number 2. And you can see that the right hand simply glanced off the top of Stewart's head.
Stewart rose at the count of 10, surprising the referee who allowed the fight to continue. However, a minute later, Tyson's right hook to the jaw again sent Stewart to the floor.
Punches. You can see how wobbly his legs are.
Something, or else it's just a question of a few seconds.
That'll do it. 3 knockdown rule. Another look at the third knockdown. Solid left to the side of the head, but by that time it was the accumulation.
And this time, Alex didn't attempt to rise, resulting in Tyson's victory by a clean knockout.
Put Alex down. That knockdown occurred within the first 10 seconds of the round.
The fight took place on August 17, 1986.
Big right hand again, but Ribalta by Mike Tyson is invited. And there was an upper...
In the 10th round, the fans present that evening in the hall began chanting Jose Ribalta's name, showing their support, which obviously didn't sit well with Tyson.
There's a big right hand, and Ribalta is about to go. This is all instinct. And another big right hand, back to the body.
He quickly silenced them with his left hook.
There is no spring, and there's a smashing left hand, and wisely...
After that, Tyson only had to finish off his opponent, which he successfully did.
Oh, what a shot, and Ribalta's down. Let's take another look, Ray, at the end of it all. Big left hand there. That put Ribalta down. Yeah, hell yeah. That's a fighter. And that's it.
On July 21st, 1989, this fight lasted only 93 seconds.
This is sort of reunion here. Punches. In fact, hands here can select the fight.
In the middle of the first round, Tyson dodged Williams' long jab and responded with a powerful left hook that knocked Williams down.
I'm sure
That's where the power comes from.
the reason people fear Mike Tyson because he's one of the few, if not the only man, that can knock you out in the heavyweight division with one punch.
Despite getting up, the referee stopped the fight. In November 1987, a fight between two undefeated boxers took place. The absolute world champion in the heavyweight division, Mike Tyson, and Olympic champion Tyrell Biggs. Tyson dominated throughout the fight, delivering a series of blows to the face and body. In the third round, it was clear that Iron Mike could knock out his opponent whenever he wanted, but he didn't rush, savoring every moment of the fight.
And another big left hand, and Biggs is hurt. That's something you pointed out before the fight. And now it's Tyson just hammering.
From Tyrell Biggs now. Start throwing some uppercuts.
He took a big left hand there. And another what he said he was going to do. Huge left hand there by Tyson.
To break that rhythm and stop the momentum. Good body shot by Mike.
Biggs holding on a great deal now. There was a right hand. And another.
Biggs, you have to say.
A long way, all the way back to amateur days. Another left hand, and there's a great shot. Biggs.
Only in the seventh round, Tyson knocked out Biggs with a left hook.
That was a tremendous left hand.
Look at the right hand of
After the fight,
Biggs.
Tyson said,
And the left hook's been
"I could have
landed
beaten
round
Tyrell
one.
in the third round. I wanted him to remember my blow in this evening for a long time."
This is it.
He is gone right now. He has no legs at all. And 10 seconds to go in a round. There's a left hand. He's down again. It's over.
On May 30th, 1987, inspired by his recent success, Iron Mike Tyson decided to face Pinklon Thomas, challenging both the WBC and WBO titles. He succeeded, brutally defeating his opponent in the sixth round.
Big left hand right on the jaw of Pinklon Thomas. Thomas is in all kinds of trouble.
I'm expecting to see a lot of guys tie up Mike Tyson.
And a left hand, and that's staggered. And a right hand behind it. Thomas in trouble again. And now Tyson moves in for the kill. Two uppercuts and a left hand. Thomas trying to hold on. Serious trouble, and down he goes. Now let's take a look at the knockdown. You know, we talk about finishers, and I've always said you were a great finisher. Well, here's a guy who doesn't have to take a back seat.
Well, he levels his punches. I mean, he gets so much leverage behind each punch. Mike Tyson can... 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It's over. It is over.
Champion of the world, Iron Mike Tyson.
On March 21st, 1988, Tyson defended his title of the absolute world champion against the former WBA world champion Tony Tubbs. This was Tyson's first fight held outside the USA, as the fight took place in Japan in an open stadium.
And you can begin to see the startling hand quickness that Tubbs brings. Startling partially because
The heavyweight Tubbs endured the first round well, but shortly before the end of the second round, Tyson delivered a left hook, and Tubbs staggered back and fell, unable to get up before the count ended.
Another punch hurt
Tubbs is hurt. Tubbs is hurt badly.
Well, Tyson now starting to find his range. That left hook there pretty much spoke for itself. It's self-explanatory because it was a short and powerful left hook that put Tony Tubbs down.
And it's over. Odell Hadley has jumped in the ring. The fight.
The 23rd knockout occurred in Tyson's fight against the son of the legendary Joe Frazier, Mathis Frazier, on July 26, 1986. In this bout, the main question was not whether Tyson would knock out Frazier, but when he would do it, and he did it in the first round, in a very brutal manner. This knockout became the fastest knockout of Mike's career. 38 seconds.
Very, very quickly. Uppercut, and Mathis is hurt.
Frazier is down. I watch his hand come up. Watch him come down. As soon as he come down, boom! Look at that. Watch him come down. I knew he'd come down.
Get ready to say boom again, Michael.
All right, boom. Look, and now look. Boom, come on. Boom, again. I'm going to hit him one more time. I like to hit him. What can I say?
On February 16, 1986, Mike Tyson had his first serious fight in his career against a strong boxer named Jesse Ferguson. This fight was supposed to show everyone how really good this young guy.
He threw a tremendous left hook, missed with it, and didn't go off balance.
Ferguson landed one good left.
Now we're told that it's Tyson getting through the guard again.
In the 5th round, Tyson cornered his opponent and delivered a combination that would become his trademark, a body shot followed by a headshot.
Was in trouble in both the first and 10th rounds, and now he's in trouble here. Blood
from very close quarters. The obvious punch right here is the uppercut. He turns around, digs right to the body, and then comes straight up with the right uppercut. Tyson has a tendency to turn left hand.
Tyson continued to finish his opponent, and the referee barely held back from stopping the fight.
Rivera almost stopped it there. Mike Tyson's known as a great finisher. Let's see how he does with
Ferguson gamely hanging in.
Poor Tyson's opponent sought salvation in a clinch and shamelessly held the opponent's hands, resulting in a disqualification.
Tyson's making a mistake by letting himself get this close to Ferguson. He must maintain a little bit of distance so that he's going to take a point. He's disqualifying.
On August 19, 1995, after a 4-year absence from the ring due to his imprisonment, Iron Mike faced the bold boxer Peter McNeely. McNeely lunged at our hero right at the beginning of the first round and paid for it immediately. Tyson caught his opponent with a precise right hook.
And McNeely, as advertised, comes right at Mike Tyson.
And then the way he's punching, that right hand right there got him. And so he gets off balance, he goes down. He doesn't go down.
McNeely, for some reason, got up right away and started circling the ring, and the fight continued.
Seconds into the fight, McNeely on the canvas.
In the middle of the round, Tyson launched a successful attack, and with a right uppercut sent McNeely to another knockdown.
Mills Lane and stopped that nonsense because they were starting to butt heads. Oh!
Tyson with a left hook, a right uppercut, down goes McNeely again!
But inside he starts to dig a few shots, and Mike's a little off balance, his timing's a little off. Right here you'll see a nice right uppercut, bang! That's the one that puts him down. Yeah, he's hurt this time, Steve. He's very hurt. He can barely stand up. This fight, he's got about 30 seconds
Ultimately,
left.
this fight gathered nearly $100 million worldwide, and McNeely became the 6th boxer who lost to Tyson not by knockout, but by disqualification. The fight took place on December 16, 1995. Tyson stepped into the ring against the undefeated Buster Mathis Jr.
We are through with round 1, and was Tyson now connecting with the left jab and coming with the right. Tyson misses again with the left.
From the southpaw stand.
Left, and he comes with the right. Oh, and there is a nice right uppercut. And then Tyson counters himself. Now exchanging blows.
Mike finished this fight in the 3rd round with a right uppercut, sending Mathis into a knockout.
Right there.
8-footed pivot. Swing around on your opponent's side and then crack.
Oh, he got a right uppercut.
took that uppercut to where Mathis was ducking right into it.
9, 10. He didn't beat the count.
The destruction of the British boxer Julius Francis took place on January 29, 2000. Francis was on the floor 5 times during the whole fight, and the last fall was decisive as the referee stopped the fight.
That left hook to the body hurt, Steve.
He could be in trouble right here. He's stunned and down he goes.
Which missed.
Looking to end it here at the end of the round. Again, he staggers Francis. Tough body shot. Francis is down.
By the way, a very amusing and interesting fact is that the audience was so sure of Tyson's victory that one of the English newspapers paid Francis for advertising on his soles, so that during his fall it would be visible on the screen.
Mike knows he's got in trouble. He's going to head in. Makes a beautiful adjustment. Right hand to the body and left body before the left uppercut to the chin.
Down for the 4th time. He gets up. If anything, he's showing that he's got guts. Goes down for a 5th time, and that's it. It's waved off. It's all over here in round 2.
The scandalous fight between Tyson and Lou Savarese took place on June 24, 2000. In the beginning of the first round, Tyson knocked his opponent down with his signature jump punch.
20 of his 41 knockouts in the first round, and here we go.
First minute will be very telling. Savarese has to get some respect because Mike's only got 1 speed.
The opponent immediately got up, and Tyson attacked to finish him off.
In second, Savarese is down on the canvas.
I told you.
The referee of that fight, John Coyle, trying to put an end to this beating, tried to separate the boxers somehow, but Tyson completely lost control over himself. He continued to strike, not listening to anyone, and even brushed against the referee, causing him to kneel. Coyle got up and again categorically demanded to stop the fight.
Stop. Has John Coyle stopped the fight or what? He's waving his hands as if to say the fight. Yes, it's over! It's over!
This was a crazy fight.
The winner, Iron Mike Tyson.
On July 11, 1986, a confident young man named Lorenzo Boyd truly tried to overpower Mike Tyson in his own style. However, in the second round, Tyson's well-executed combination of body shots followed by head shots quickly brought this boxer down to earth.
Sharp right uppercut to the body by Tyson. Again, a double right hand to the body, and here it comes.
There was a hard left hand. He didn't get full extension on it. Then, right hand to the body, just like that, upstairs with the right uppercut. Good night.
The 25th knockout happened on September 6, 1986. Ratliff was a former world champion, so his chances of winning were considered slim. In the second round, Iron Mike waited for the right moment to deliver his devastating left hook.
And there was a left hand, and Ratliff will sit it out. Let's take a look and see how Tyson, very professional.
And Ratliff fell to the floor. However, somehow, he managed to get back up. Tyson immediately attacked to finish him, and the opponent tried to save himself in a clinch. After the referee separated the boxers, Iron Mike, like a predator, finished off his wounded prey.
Right hand, that should be just about it. Davey Pearl looking very closely. And that's all. It's over. He's going to try to run from him. But as they said about Joe Louis, you can run, but you can't hide. Well, Alfonso Ratliff won the press conference the other day. The bicycle had a flat tire. Test, and he won the stare down. Only one problem. Here's the official decision now from Chuck Hall.
On March 10, 1986, we all witnessed a pure beating that lasted until the third round.
The same as their first fight, with Foreman winning on a moves in and smacks him. That time was a short left hook to the head. Right hand's coming in and a left hook. A solid
In the end, Tyson delivered one of his signature blows, a left hook in a jump, and his opponent changed his position from vertical to horizontal.
Tyson's head. With a 2 to go. And there is a solid shot. There's 8, 9, 10, and this one's over. Off from McNeely says.
The fight took place on June 13, 1986. Right from the start of this match, it was noticeable that Tyson's opponent was clearly afraid of him. He managed to land only one hit and then quickly retreated. But in one of the episodes, he truly exploded and delivered a combination of blows, even managing to graze Mike. However, success was short-lived, because Tyson waited for the right moment and delivered his signature blow, knocking him down. And then, as they say, it was a matter of technique. The fight took place on November 22, 1985. In the second round, Iron Mike noticed a gap in the opponent's defense, where he subsequently delivered a powerful left hook, knocking out the opponent.
Nelson, who was in deep trouble, is in deeper trouble as the left hook, which is far.
Just a week after his last performance, Tyson stepped into the ring with Eddie Richardson on November 13, 1985, who also had a height advantage. However, Tyson's first punch sent him to the canvas.
Right hand by Tyson is the first punch thrown in the fight. There you see Eddie Richardson. Wow, it just turned his head around.
It was already clear to everyone that the end was near.
What took him so long? Eddie, much disbelief as we are. Eddie Richardson.
And as a result, Tyson struck his signature left hook in a jump. The fight was over.
Tyson, a fellow for whom everybody predicts a great future. If they can find some fights.
And now the knockout. A left hook, a la Frazier.
Oh.
And down goes Richardson. And you know, he throws it.
Absolutely carried him through the air.
He achieved his 11th victory and 11th knockout in a match against Sterling Benjamin on November 1st, 1985. The first knockdown occurred in the first 3 minutes, where Tyson used his left hook.
10 wins, 7 inside round 1. Did I say 7?
Wants anything to do with him. I mean, no fighter wants to get run over by a truck.
And Sterling Benjamin just beats the count on the...
Following this, our hero delivered 12 unanswered blows, and the last one hit the opponent's body precisely.
When anybody can take, that is the limit of Sterling. Benjamin was just about to step in anyway.
Tyson's 10th knockout occurred in a bout against Robert Colay on October 25, 1985. From the very beginning, Robert tried to somehow keep Tyson at a distance with his jab, but Tyson's insane speed left the opponent no chance. A brutal knockout.
Left hook, good night. There's a mandatory 8. They keep wheeling him out. He keeps knocking him over. And this is how he did it. Measured him up. Missed with that, not with that. And really...
Tyson's 4th knockout happened on June 20th, 1985, in a 6-round bout against Ricardo Spain, who tried every possible way to escape from the young beast. Unfortunately for Ricardo, Tyson's left hook predicted the outcome of that battle, and it was not in Spain's favor.
The last one, John Halpin in his brief pro career hit like a steam hammer. 4 rounds this time. Wow, brother. The little boy, that was quick. Boy, that was fast. Boy, that was hard. The eyes of the giveaway. Oh, the legs have gone. This is all over. Really stand and take notice. The left hook, the power was astonishing. The legs just went, I don't believe it. That's well inside a minute. Spain can't believe it. Tyson is signifying evil intent in the heavyweight division and in front of this audience in Atlantic City.
On May 23, 1985, within the first minute of the first round, Iron Mike sent his opponent to the canvas with a ferocious combination of blows. Halpin managed to get up after this brutal onslaught, but it turned out he shouldn't have.
Much slower and much more measured, Mike Tyson. And Albany to that good right hand, Halpin down. And the camera had the most perfect view of that. Only difference 8. Early in the 4th, can Tyson finish this? I think so. I think so. That's enough. Yeah, here we go. Now this is the punch, the left hook that drives him across the ring. The fight was over then. Bang! That was the punch that was questionable. Tyson celebrated.
This fight took place on August 15, 1985. Torch to intervene and stop the fight.
Mike Tyson! We barely had time to tell you the story of Mike Tyson, just 19 years old.
Iron Mike had his first professional bout on March 6, 1985 against Puerto Rican Hector Merced. And within just a few seconds, 18-year-old Mike demolished his opponent. The boxing world at that time didn't yet realize how big of a sensation this young man would become in the near future. Iron Mike started the new year, 1986, with a match against a boxer named David Jaco on January 11th. Expectedly, this opponent of Tyson also tried to keep our hero at a distance with long straight punches and jabs, and you can see the result for yourself.
At 2 minutes and 16 seconds of round number 1.
The 21st knockout happened on June 28, 1986. Hosea was considered an average opponent for Tyson, as confirmed in the first round.
And once again, the legs twitch. Hosea in trouble. And down, the Catskills.
The 17th knockout, the fight against Mike Jameson, happened on January 24, 1986. Mike turned out to be one of the few early opponents of our hero who made it to the 5th round, even though he was knocked down several times.
Mike Tyson takes 2 steps forward, let's go with a couple of lefts, now a right, a left, he's got him down!
You have the knockdown, Ken. You see the explosive punches he throws, a flurry.
However, this couldn't last long, so in the 5th round, Iron Mike brutally finished him.
What I think he should have been doing from the first ball, he just took a right hand to the top of the head. Here we see the knockdown again. A good flurry of punches. That right hand that came over the top and caught him high up on the left side of the temple.
The referee for that fight, Joe Cortez, decided that there had been enough beatings for the night.
Great win in as many pro bouts, Mike Tyson.
The 15th knockout was achieved in a bout against Mark Young on December 27, 1985. This boxer, either out of fear or courage, began to act very frantically from the beginning. He threw a lot of punches, most of which missed the target. In one of these episodes, Tyson caught the opponent with a right uppercut. Mark Young didn't get up anymore.
That hit him right under the chin. People went, look, see, right there. See, that was a quick uppercut that snapped the head back.
And down goes Mark Young.
With this victory, Iron Mike finished the year 1985 for himself. Yes, our hero managed to have 15 fights in just a year, winning each one by knockout. Another giant deciding to test his strength against our hero on December 6, 1985 was Sammy Scaff. Sammy, within the first minute of the fight, realized what it was like to be in the ring with a beast.
Tyson already coming in, got in a short left hook. There's the big left hook, and that rocks Sammy.
Sure did. There's a right hand.
Scaff is on the run. Blood just pouring down.
As a result, Tyson's left hook sent him to the floor.
Tyson does not throw wild punches, Sam. That's
big left hook.
Good left hook.
And the referee stopped the fight.
It's over. This one is over.
It's all over. He goes there.
He's breathing and nose is just pouring out. I gotta believe he.
Tyson's 8th fight in his career took place on September 5, 1985, against another American boxer named Michael Johnson, who was much taller than our hero. However, even this did not save him, as the fight lasted only 39 seconds.
I'm glad you pointed it out, because down he goes, the left hook.
With the right hand. It was the right hand, right there. No, we didn't see it yet. Sorry, here it comes.
There's the left
There's the
hook.
hook to the body.
And he
missed
missed
the
with
right,
the right.
yeah.
It was just the left hook. And
Left and a right.
Johnson went goodbye. That left hook just caught him and sent him.
23-pound weight advantage. And he put it all there.
The right.
One right hand. He didn't wait for an invitation. Here it comes. Whoa.
I'll tell you, Michael Jack Johnson earned his
knockout, 8 wins from the Catskills, New York, Mike Tyson.
Unbelievable.
Tyson.
Mike Tyson wasn't just a fighter, he was a force of nature, a reminder that fear and greatness often wear the same face. If you enjoyed this journey through the legend of Iron Mike, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more stories of boxing's greatest warriors. Your support keeps the fight alive.